Hello, doing this reading on the full moon. And I'm just asking for general message for the collective. For kind of like the aftermath of the full moon and what is to come after shedding everything we are going to shed. Yes, I'm back to forward facing and not doing any more weird camera angles. And I have a new backdrop. So, fun stuff. Have a really fun spiritual shop here where I am in Florida with a very kooky owner. So, never a dull moment going in there. All right, I'm pulling a card from Kali to see what Ma has to say. We have the Kalihadra. I hope I say that correct. It says, when hope is lost and a way forward cannot be sensed, Kali's love will find a way. If the path does not yet exist, then it shall be created. Did we do this one last time? If you cannot see or feel how you can move from where you are to where you want to be, Kali's wisdom and grace will manifest at the perfect time to provide what is needed. I swear to goodness, did we do this one last time? Maybe I did this card for someone else. I feel like I've read it before. All right, and I want to see any other goddesses that want to be a part of today's reading. And it seems to be a collective of people not being able to see where to go from here on out, like what the next steps are, myself included. So I think a lot of stuff will be answered this week if we are willing to shed and work. And I know you're like, well, I am. But what's that last hold up? There's always that one last damn little thing that is holding you up and that needs to be released. Oh, I have two. Solace, which is illness and wellness. And Uzumi, laughter. Oh, I don't know if I can show that one because it has titties. But I can show this one. Hopefully. And I guess I'll just put my finger over. I don't care about it. But I see other people do it and I'm like, God damn, is it that stingy? Just boobs. All right, let's do a Sacred Rebel, and then I will save the tea leaves for last. Okay, that one. Sorry, you can't really see my hands. I also have the camera at a new angle. We have Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats, which is beautiful. 21. Lovely. Okay. So we have a lot more trust, a path coming open. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. We got laughter, illness, and wellness. Which tells me if you hold on to shit longer than you need to, it's going to make you sick. Sometimes you just got to laugh. It's either laugh or cry is like the famous thing. I mean, you can do both, but laugh until you cry. Or cry until you laugh. And Beyond the Mind is still very much like last reading. Get out of your head. Overthinking never does anything good. And she has a nest of eggs on her head, like a little hermit crab. Hopefully you can hear me. Everyone's talking. I'm doing it not at the middle of the night like I normally do it. It looks like there's like DNA and all, like the RNA DNA kind of stuff twirled around. Kind of like she's decaying because you can see her jawbone through her skin. As above, so below. All right, let's see. We have the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Star. See, almost all air. Wow. So Beyond the mind, the heart beats. This is a lot more of it's in your head. It's all in your head. You have control over the situation, whether you think you do or not. And with everything literally being Gemini, Aquarius, and then ending with Taurus, tells me that this is very much a mind over matter kind of thing. But that there is boundaries and healing. So aside from like the air sign and overthinking, the King of Swords knows what he wants, goes for what he wants. He's logical, cool temper, very straightforward. And with the Five of Swords can be seen as conflict, fighting. But also on the flip side, this one person holding all the swords just has to be right. It's like kind of the friend that just always wants to be right despite they hurt others. So I'm getting a allow others to help. Don't push away if they are meant to be in your life, because we also have healing here. You can't heal where you've been hurt. You can't have people who have hurt you help you. I mean, unless they want to do small donations of $100 bills. And then with the Six of Pentacles after all of these swords, it's like once you get your shit balanced, Spirit can then give. But you're not in a place to receive if you are overthinking, doing too much, worrying too much. Because then the thing that comes, you'll dismiss as not the thing you thought you needed. Does that make sense? So there's some aspects that need to be healed inside to be able to see that, oh wow, that's truly a blessing and not a disappointment or a letdown. I'm also talking to myself here. Don't just think I'm bitching at y'all. All right, do one more clarification. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit short just because it is midday and I have goblins running around. Just want to see what is the King of Swords bringing. I was told by friends who watch that they like the way I shuffle, so I think next time I'll bring the camera down so that can be seen. The King of Cups. Sorry, I need to put it in front of my face. More balanced. Now, the King of Cups tends to have an issue because Cups is emotions, very feminine. And, you know, a king is very masculine. So him having to be in his feminine energy is difficult. But the King of Cups is kind of the card of a beautiful marrying of both divine feminine, divine masculine. He is a king that is in touch with his emotions and knows how to be level-headed and not overreact. So seems like healing on that aspect with both kings here, healing the jumping to conclusions and blowing up. Myself included. All right. I have gotten better, but it is very difficult when you come from very damaged where everything is a trap. You know, if you're thinking, oh my God, everyone is out to take advantage of me and hurt me, you have every right to jump to conclusions and jump ship. But don't put yourself in situations where you're going to have to do that. Now is the time to cut motherfuckers out and only have people who truly care for you around. And maybe that's what he is doing. Yeah, he won, or did he finally get rid of the people who are truly not for him? I'm going with that one because it's a little bit heavy on the surrounding yourself with those who are truly for you. All right. Hey man, yeah, seeing things from a new, putting people around you who see you, authentic you, and honor authentic you And you also seeing things from a less, whoa, got to get people away from me, and more of, I can discern a good person from a bad person. I can discern someone who's going to use me versus someone who's going to be a friend. You need to trust yourself with those discernments. All right, now with the star here, the star is healing, kind of wish fulfillment. Whatever you've been manifesting is heard. So let's see what the star is bringing. I want to say bring, so we're going to do that. The guidance. Aha, the Queen of Cups. Wow, we have King and Queen. So again, more emotional maturity, more stability, more groundedness. Even though these are not earth signs, when you can have your emotions in check, it is very grounding to know how to express them, transmute them, and understand them. You really do have a lot of power when you can sit with your emotions and honor them and feel them and let them go. All right, so I felt like the Six of Pentacles was something Spirit wants to give you, but you need to be in a different mindset to receive. So let's see what that's all about. And then I'll pull some tea leaves and try to make this under 20 minutes. The Tower. In order to receive, you have to let go. For something to come in, something has to leave. So, this is also a great little deck for beginner readers. I was gifted it. And I don't have a traditional Rider-Waite. So, it's kind of nice to have the pictures. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the colors because colors also have meanings. But it's still very fun to kind of have everything broken down on the card as a little refresher. So, highly recommend this a little regular Rider-Waite with the explanations, some little keywords for each card. Very nice. Wow, the Tower. Okay, sorry. Tangent. So, yeah, you got to get rid of something for something to come in. And with the Tower, it's leaving whether you like it or not. I think we talked about that with the shedding. So whatever you are trying to hold on to, stop. You're just making it much harder than you need to. And with the Queen of Wands here that just jumped out, sounds like it's inauthentic. I don't even know how to say that. Being inauthentic. There we go. What are you doing to dim yourself to make others comfortable? What are you doing to hide? What are you doing to make something small that you shouldn't be making small? You might think, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Clearly, it's a big enough deal if it's literally blocking you from a blessing. What is it? What are you avoiding? What is it that you're putting off? Triumphs over troubles or obstacles. The Eagle. Yeah. And maybe it's something like you literally have to wait for something to unfold. So maybe it's mindset. What are you talking yourself into believing? What are you unintentionally manifesting? All right. Grasshopper situations in the balance require careful handling. All right, 2 from that half, 2 from this half, and then I'll stop. Just kidding, I have this one dark deck that I kind of want to see what comes. Oh, wow. Well, there's my 2. We have the rabbit and the dogs getting together with friends and too much concerns with sexual matters. I guess worrying about a relationship too much or worrying about what others may think. Maybe your block. Or with the emotional maturity here, learning to love yourself and not needing external validations from others. Because we have the divine masculine and feminine with emotions, and then the Queen of Wands, who is very sure of herself and doesn't need anyone to tell her shit because she knows she's the shit. So maybe you're going to have to back away with some friends with benefits. Remove some friends who all they talk about or want to do is XYZ on that. level. All right, I got 5 minutes, even though I wanted this really short. Okay, last one. Interesting. Well, shit. Hades, Lord of Riches. Hades is a very interesting character. Very misunderstood, in my opinion. Lord of Riches. So Hades is also here to share some wisdom. He's holding a golden apple too. I'll show you the card. Which I said so above as below. And I was feeling, well, the only reason I brought this deck out is because I was feeling some shadow aspects that need to be maybe addressed. So there's something that you have been putting off and ignoring. Maybe it's making you sick with the illness, wellness. You know what it is. Because it's something you constantly think about or you're constantly ignoring. Yeah, with the Three of Pentacles on the bottom, it has to do with friendship. And there's lovers on the bottom too. Yeah, you can't make this up. So it's a relationship or friendships or a form of friendship, partnership that needs to be maybe questioned, redone, overhauled, or removed. But only you know what it is, and only you can do it. No one else can. Okay. Hope everyone has a good full moon.